Hi, I'm Corey Allen from the Victorian Gay and Lesbian Rights Lobby. As an added bonus to the Meet Your Candidates forum this election, because we've had so many LGBTI candidates come forward, we're here talking to those who identify as LGBTI and those who have defended our rights as straight allies. And the question we're going to talk about for a couple of minutes is, should LGBTI people vote for LGBTI voters? It's a hot topic. It could change the election in certain states, like certain seats like Prahran. So we're going to come to the LGBTI side first. Sean, should we, shouldn't we, why?
I think it's important that we do have more diversity in our parliament, and I would love to see more LGBTI people in our parliament. But the crucial thing is that we have people in our parliament that have got good policies behind them, and that's the more important thing, I think, in this election.
What do you think, Sam?
Well, LGBTI people can vote any way they please, quite frankly. But what they know is if they elect me and elect my Greens, they can have the absolute confidence and the trust that we're able to act because we've got the values, we've got the policies, and we've got the party platform that enables us to deliver it.
So, Neil, you've put yourself out there as a gay candidate. You've said, vote for me. You've said it's important for young people. Really, why is it?
Look, I think there's a couple of reasons around why having diversity in Parliament is important, and I'd include diversity across a number of areas, not just LGBTI, but backgrounds and ethnicities and experience and careers. I think that diversity is important because we get better public policy if we have that diversity in Parliament. So that's what I'd be saying to the community of Prahran. Whatever your background, that's an important step into Parliament. There is, though, some importance from a symbolic and an encouragement perspective to have open LGBTI people in decision-making positions. And while that shouldn't shift your vote in and of itself, it does send a message to other generations about your inclusiveness in community. So diversity is important in Parliament, and there is a great symbolic first step that's long overdue in Victoria.
You're a tall, straight, white man, but you're the LGBTI equality spokesperson and you've got runs on the board. Does it matter whether you're gay or lesbian fighting for our rights?
I don't think it does, but it's a bit like saying progressive women...
You're endorsing me, Marty.
Britain... I think it's like saying progressive women in Britain should always vote for Margaret Thatcher during the 80s and 90s. It's about the politics, it's about the policies, and it's about making sure that dead set progressive policies that build a human rights framework are delivered. Male, female, straight, gay, that's the measure.
In New South Wales, we see Bruce Notley-Smith. Ed, are you the next Bruce Notley-Smith?
I think people should vote for whoever they want, but I don't think it should matter whether you're LGBTI.
Fantastic. Fiona, as always, sitting on the fence.
Exactly.
Head bang in the middle, not quite queer, not quite straight. What's your position?
I think I'm quite queer, really. But, we've never ever asked any of our candidates about their sexuality. We just didn't see it as important. Our policies and our party was born out of this community, so we have got it in our very short level of DNA. And so the Sex Party has always stood up for this community. We've always had representatives from this community, and I feel that, I fit in this rainbow community very nicely, thank you.
Harriet, you're running in a largely rural seat.
Yes.
You're saying that you're an out and proud lesbian. Do you think that will go against you?
I think it's been an exercise in the most wonderful consultation with the people that I've managed to meet and get to know everywhere from the Yarra Ranges right out to Mallacoota on the New South Wales border. I'm a big fan of substance over form. I think that the breadth and depth of representatives in Parliament makes for a better product. It makes for better, more progressive, positive policy development, and Labor's got a really proud history of doing that, not just in the LGBTIQ community, but also as far as culturally and linguistically diverse candidates and MPs go. So I'm really proud to be who I am, to have been shaped by everything from being a nerd through to being same-sex attracted through to being a lawyer. These things all make up who I am, and I'm really pleased to see the diversity of candidates that's out there for this year's election. And I hope that people will make a decision based on the policies that are on offer and look simply beyond what it is that people are saying as a frontline three-word slogan, effectively.
Shannon, you're not LGBTI, but you always tell our community your sister is. Why is that important?
Well, I think that it's perhaps an empathy thing. It's that I'm not, that she is. And for me, that's an important one because I want her to know that I want her to have every opportunity that I do, and I'll be in there doing what I can to make that happen. I think when you're choosing candidates, me, neither of us from the major parties in Albert Park, LTB, no, I'm going to get it wrong. Well, you know what I mean. So I think when people are choosing candidates, my work in the community sector through advocating and spending lots of time with different politicians, I came to understand how important those individuals are, and you get better government when you choose those people carefully. So I would say look at the content of the people that you're voting for as well.
Kathleen, you're been one of the longest serving candidates, if you like, or longest running candidates, if you like, who's been out there before it was fashionable. What's your thoughts?
I think when we have a parliament that isn't predominantly or disproportionately full of straight white men with stay-at-home wives who go to church on Sunday, then it won't matter what your sexuality is. But right at the moment, we're totally shut out, and we haven't had open gay, lesbian, transgender candidates in the lower house, in the House of Government, and we need to be there. The other thing, though, that's important is that the Greens are a party that will back up the symbolic element with substance, and we've been doing it from when it was dangerous. We've been attacked from the Catholic Church, we've been attacked from all sorts of people, so you know that we will stand up for our policies and represent the community even when it's not easy. So I think it matters. So
Clem, you're up against a gay candidate, you're up against a straight candidate, you've fought for the gay community, you fight for everybody in the community who's not LGBTI. Don't you actually think that we need to have some diversity and representation?
Well, Corey, who would have thought a straight white male would have been in there championing expunging of historic gay sex convictions and achieving it in a Conservative government? And to do this job, you need to represent the whole community, and that's the LGBTI community is one of the communities I fight for, which you're aware of. But I also fight for everyone else in my community. I've got a new school coming on. We've got public investment in public transport, in health and education. And you can't be every part of your community. So the test of a good politician is somebody who can put yourself in the shoes of everybody within the community and fight for their rights. And that's what I've certainly done with the LGBTI community, and I've achieved results.
So there you are, LGBTI, non-LGBTI, Greens, Labor, Sex Party, Liberal Party. There's no one answer to this, it's all a personal view, but there is certainly some running themes about representing your community and having a diverse representation in Parliament. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoy the rest of Meet Your Candidates Forum for 2014, and we'll see you on the 16th of November at the Exchange Hotel in the afternoon. Stay tuned on vtlherald.org.au for more for the live meeting parties in the final 2 weeks of the campaign. Bye for now.